Meet Hookor. It's a robot named Hookor. Sounds like a Masters of the Universe character that is for the streets. No, this cute little truck, which has a kind of one of those friction motors, is more than meets the eye. This is a toy I had when I was a kid. This isn't the same one I had when I was a kid. This is one that I got just a few years ago. But this is a Roadbot by the company Marchon or Marchon. I'm not sure exactly which way it was pronounced. But this is one that I got a few years ago. But it's the exact same color and everything of the one I had. Marchon, I'll just call him Marchon. Marchon made during the time when all there was the transforming robot craze. Let's see, is there a year on this? No, I don't see a year on it. Or if it is, I can't really make it out. Anyway, it was back during the 80s when there was that craze of transforming robots. And Marchon came out with a line of robots called the Roadbots. And they were all construction vehicles or road working vehicles. And the way they transformed was a lot different than most of the transforming vehicles at the time. Most of them, you had parts that would swing out and panels that would close and things like that. The Roadbots were the ultimate parts formers, the term that, you know, if you're a Transformers collector, you're aware of. But if you're not, it's basically, it's when things come apart to transform into a different mode, and that's what these guys were all about. But before I get him to his robot form, just a little bit about him. He has an extending crane arm, and it can go up and down. I don't know what you would call that. Anyway, the part that holds the arm, it spins all the way around. And all of the Marchon Roadbots figures had the same like peg diameter. You know, I wonder if that's hold on a second. I wonder if it's a 5mm peg. I can't believe I've had them all these years. Yep, it's exactly a 5mm peg. So that means that they're actually compatible with transform. Well, is that one gonna fit? I hope that one's fitting, but it doesn't want to fit on this one. Anyway, most of the pegs on him anyway are 5mm pegs, and so everything fit into everything else on the figures. Now, one of the reasons why that one might have fit better in Transformers' hand is because it might have worn away. One thing that I've found in looking stuff up about these guys is that a lot of the parts and all that make these guys up are kind of loose now. They've kind of worn down over the years, the pegs and all. And I know this guy right here, when you turn him into the robot, oh, that's great, I dropped that. When you turn him into the robot, you can't pick him up without him falling apart. So anyway, without further ado, you take him apart completely, every part of him. And this is the part that's kind of sketchy, is there's a friction joint in here. And so I don't transform him very often because I don't want this thing to break. This little doohickey right here fits into these little nubs inside. And one of these days, this thing is just going to snap from, you know, stress on it. But anyway, you take him completely apart, and the motor for this guy is in this piece right here. Oh, it's dusty. But you know, it'll go either way. And what's cool is this works in the vehicle mode and it works in the robot mode too. Now, it's got one more thing that comes apart, and I always thought this was really cool. I don't know if you can see it or not, but through that window there, you can see the face of the robot. And I always thought he was such a cool looking guy. like when I was a kid, this guy went right with my Transformers and my GoBots. I had integrated play. You see me catch that? That was awesome. I had integrated play with my toys when I was a kid. Like if it was a transforming robot, they all work together. But the way you turn him into the robot is you take the peg hole here, peg it in there. Oh yeah, I forgot. This goes back on here. This piece stacks up there. The robot head goes there. Yeah. This arm here. Oh, you know what? I got it backwards, I think. I guess it doesn't matter. And there. Yep. And that's Hookor. And let's see if he'll do it. He's kind of, there you go, a little bit. There you go. But if you go to pick him up, he just falls apart. Those old joints are just kind of loose over the years, and he's an old fella, and that's fine. I love this guy. I wish I had held on to my original, but this is good enough for me. As far as articulation goes, his head turns completely around, just flies right off. No, the arms go completely around. This one, you can extend it out, and this one has the hook on it. Or you can take the hook and put it here, and you know, whichever one you want. And the arms, you can swap them around different ways. He turns at the base here, and because the chest is pegged in with double pegs, it doesn't turn. But I remember when I was a kid, I would do different things with them, you know, like sometimes I'd just have like this, you know, or I would take the head off of the robot and make this kind of robot vehicle that could roll along. So you know, they weren't quite as cool as Transformers, as far as like, you know, the transforming engineering on them wasn't quite as slick as the, let me see. No, I think it works better the other way. That's what it was. I remember now, because I always liked having this drop down part. Weren't quite as slick, but you know, I loved them anyway. Still do. I love the colors. They did different variations of colors. I know that there was a blue and gray, I think, Hookor. They had, one of them was I want to say one of them was like a cement mixer. One of them was maybe a dump truck. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I've looked. There's a website called Battlegrip. A friend of mine ran that blog for a long time. But if you look up on Google Marchon Roadbots, like one word, Roadbots, his website is one of the first things that pops up. And he has some great pictures of the toys carded and the backs of the cards and stuff like that. I'll put a link in the description below on this video, so you can find that website. His website is fantastic, just for anything toy related. He covered, I don't know if he's still publishing or not. I need to go look and see. But he had articles about all kinds of pop culture things from the 70s and 80s and all. And some new stuff too. He covered a lot of the Glyos stuff from Onell Design. That's how I got into the Glyos stuff. I'll talk about that one day. But anyway, this is another retro toy review. I don't see a lot of people talking about a lot of these things on YouTube, and I figured I'd make a few a little bit more obscure reviews of toys. So I hope you like it. I hope you liked the review. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Subscribe so you can see more videos, and check out my older videos as well. And this has been Monster Forge. Hope you have a wonderful day.